It's Jadyn Harlow, your host and writer of the Missing Found podcast. It's Valentine's Day. I know you're excited about today and what's to come. Wait, but before you ask, I know, yes, a new case episode is coming and we're working on it. For some of you, this may be a first date, a first meetup, or another date with someone you're already in a relationship with. It may not even be a date, but just someone to hang out with on this very Americanized day that says on this day you express your love for someone. Before you go out tonight, I want you to remember your safety comes first. I don't want you to end up on the Missing Found, my channel, my podcast, or me having to do a case analysis on you. The first thing to execute this process is to identify someone who you trust. I call them your trusted person. So here are my top 8 ways to be safe on this day and not become a victim. So number 1, let someone know. You cannot be out here blindly trusting everyone. You need to share your details with someone trustworthy. Share your plans, the restaurant, hotel, venue, or wherever you're going to be. Make sure you communicate the vehicle in which your date is going to pick you up in, or if you plan to drive yourself, which I do recommend and advise you to do. I advise this because if things are not going well, this person will not know your address and you are free to leave whenever you choose. Let's say your date picks you up and it's a different vehicle than what you initially share with your trusted person. Try to get the license plate number, vehicle color, interior details, any identifying marks, and ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions. If plans change, again, ask the necessary questions. As soon as you find that the plans change, you would need to determine if you're okay with those changed plans. And if so, you need to inform your trusted person with the address and the name of the place. Number 2, get names. If you're at a restaurant, spa, hotel, or any location, please try to remember to share the names of those who are servicing you and your date. Of course, at the very least, share your date's name with your trusted person. But remember to take down the names of those who you are in contact with and send them to your trusted person. This will be vital if something were to go wrong or you are under the influence and cannot remember where you were or who you came in contact with. It's much easier to search for you and gather information with names than to not have any. Number 3, take photos of what you're wearing. Getting dressed is the fun part of Valentine's Day. How long have you been planning your outfit down to the shoes, the jewelry, and the makeup? If you were to go missing, knowing what you're wearing would make things much easier. Identification is helpful because it can show what your appearance looked like on that evening. We can't always rely on public cameras. I've covered numerous cases where there were no cameras in the vicinity or the cameras just weren't working. This is how several cases go cold and unsolved, and they end up on the Missing Found or another podcast. And I don't want that for you. If your outfit changes, you need to take another photo and communicate what changed. Number 4, monitor your drink. Never leave your drink or food unattended. Whether you are drinking water, alcohol, or anything in between, always keep your eyes on your drink. See if your date knows the bartender in their relationship. This is something to keep watch of because I've seen where the person may have some form of relationship with the bartender, and the bartender is in control of your drink. Just make sure you don't leave your drink alone, and even when you're holding it, make sure you keep a close watch on it. If you have to go to the restroom, when you return, assume your drink is no longer in the condition you left it. Don't drink it. Number 5, if you legally carry, keep it on your person. We're in America. Assume everyone carries, legally or illegally. Make sure you keep your firearm on your person and not in your purse or bag. A purse or bag can easily be snatched, left somewhere, or taken from you. This can mean having to adjust your outfit to make the accommodation. Once your firearm is in the possession of someone else, they have access to a lethal weapon to potentially use on you or someone else. If you keep your legal firearm on you, and you become separate from your belongings, you still will have access to your protection if you deem necessary and legally. I also want to mention that I will never tell anyone to get a firearm. You should only carry if you're trained, comfortable with doing so, understand your laws, and have self-defense insurance. If you want to protect yourself but do not want to carry a lethal weapon, there are several other ways and options for you that will allow you to defend yourself should you need to. Be responsible and check your state laws on what is legal and what is illegal. Number 6, romance scams. Just don't do it. Don't fall for quick fix romance. These type of scams are executed mainly online, and one can easily fall into the trap. According to the FBI, romance scams occur when a criminal adopts a fake online identity to gain a victim's affection and trust. The scammer then uses the illusion of a romantic or close relationship to manipulate and or steal from the victim. Typically, these traps come through dating apps, social media, and online chat rooms. You can avoid romance scams by being careful what you post online and what you make public, by researching the person's photo and profile using online searches to see if the image, name, or details have been used elsewhere. You can do this easily with a simple Google image search. Being wary if the individual seems too perfect or quickly asks you to leave a dating service or site or social media to communicate directly. Also, noticing attempts to isolate you from friends and family or request inappropriate photos or financial information that could later be used to extort you. Another thing, understanding that if the individual promises to meet in person but then always comes up with an excuse why he or she can't. If you haven't met the person after a few months, for whatever reason, you have good reason to be suspicious. And lastly, never sending money, addresses, photos, or any personal information to anyone you have only communicated with online or by phone. Look, I'd rather you be single and home binging Netflix than involved in a scam that will cost you more than falsified love, hopes, and dreams. Number 7. Public places are better than private. I recommend you to spend your Valentine's Day with your date in a public location. This will allow people to have set eyes on you and your date. If something goes wrong, it's better to have some recounts of your presence than to have none. This will give people insight to confirmation on seeing you there, what you were wearing, who you were with, your demeanor, and a starting point if one is ever needed. And lastly, keep your personal life offline. I know you may think you found the one, you want to post your date, and you're ready to take things further. I advise you to keep things within your trusted personal network and offline. Always know who you're dealing with, but if this person has an angry ex or your date is also courting someone else, this can cause confusion and issues. Know as much as you can about this individual before going out. It's okay to do research on someone for your safety. And those are just a few tips on how to not become a victim on Valentine's Day and every day. Remember, I want you to go home at the end of the night. You can still enjoy yourself, but you have to be safe so you can do it again. God bless you and have fun. In fact, I want to know how the date went. Let me know how it went in the comments. Take care of yourself. You be safe out there, and we'll talk more on the next case episode. Let me know you made it back home. Happy Valentine's Day. Jadyn Harlow, The Missing Found.